What a shitty marketplace this is. Everyone in crypto may be asking this question. What's the lowest Bitcoin can go? Well, I've been looking at many time frames, and the most accurate of them actually comes in the monthly time frame. And the target that time frame gives me is 43.5. For convenience sake, we can take this to be a zone actually. So this would be a zone between 43 and 39. Yes, 43 and 39. You might as well increase the zone to 45 actually, because on the weekly time frame you get a zone right there at 45. So this area right here is the lowest we can see for Bitcoin. Now, if we use the regular retracement right here, let's see what zone we get, because this should give us a particular zone right here. All right, this gives us 35, 37 to 35. That's the 0.618 to 0.65. But ideally, it should not come back below this 31.9K area, 31.8. So it must not go into the 31.8K zone. It must not do that. Reason being that this particular consolidation right here is what I believe to have been the second wave up. So the second bull market wave up. And this whole move to the upside is what I believe to have been the third wave up. This whole move to the upside like so. And this move from the bottom right here to the upside was the first wave. So by Elliott wave law, it must not come into the wave 2 right here. So this entire dump that we are seeing now is what I believe to be the fourth wave. Now, if we go even on the weekly time frame right here, you will get another level at that 45K area. Now, if I'm going long there, my stop loss will be into the 30K area, because ideally it must not come to that zone. Now, if we use the trend-based Fibonacci right here, it should be giving us that particular zone right there. So if we bring this here, all right, so this gives us 45.3. So ideally inside of this zone, that should be the lowest that BTC goes. Apart from this zone, we don't know, yeah, because the entire structure to the upside tells me that this was wave 3, and if this is 4, which I really believe it to be so, then it must not go into the second wave right here. So this would be the lowest at C for Mr. BTC. 0.618 right there is at 37, 0.65 is at 35, but we can't really prove that it goes as low as that. Reason being, let's put it back on the monthly time frame like so, and let's put these levels in yellow. Remove the 0.5, 0.618, 0.652, and let's just leave 1.618, 2.618, and 3. So 3 gives us the band right there at the 39K area, but I doubt that it will go there anyway. So invert the chart like so on the monthly time frame. Let's put this in line. So we get the double bottom. This is first bottom, this is second bottom. And that now gives us the Fib projections to the downside. It tells us basically where the bottom should be. In this case, it looks like it would be the top because it's an inverted chart, but this should now be the maximum it goes. This zone right here on this inverted chart, this should be the top. That's the maximum. We are not saying it must go to this particular zone. All we are saying is in the event of a continuation of this crash, this must be its bottom, this zone right here, anywhere between the 45K zone to 39. So this right here must be its bottoming zone. Ideally, I'd like to bid it at that 43.5. Ideally, that 43.5 should actually be its bottom, like that exact figure. But we will see. This is the zone we must watch out for in the event of a continuation of this crash. So that's the lowest, people. That's the lowest Bitcoin can go. We bring it back now to the weekly time frame, then we get those zones right here. So this zone, yeah, this should be the lowest Mr. BTC goes. You can also look at the 0.618 and 0.786, but 0.786 goes as low as this particular region right here, which is somewhere around 26 or something. And by the theory of this being the first wave up, second wave, third wave, BTC must not go below this or must not even come into this region right here. It must not come into this region right here, which is actually 31.8. So BTC must not come into this region. It can retrace into this zone right here, but it must not go into this particular region right here. Assuming that we are right about the idea of this being the second wave. So if we now want to look at the entire progression to the upside, it would look something like so. From here to here and to here. All right, so we now have 0.786 right there at 45.3. Note that it must not bottom exactly at this particular figure right here. This 43.5 ideally should be its bottom actually. It does not mean we must go there, yeah? We have zones at 54k right here and we could bounce heavily from there as well. But if we are looking at what's the lowest we could go, yeah, it will be this particular zone right here. So if we are looking at how high it can go, therefore we use these right here. So we put this in, let's put that in red actually, because it's like you must be selling there. Okay, so we have this. Let's put this in red as well. And let's put this in green. All right, so you'd see the progression that I usually talk about. Yes, impulse to 1.618, move back to 0.786, move now to 2.618. So that's basically what we'd have here. We'd have a move that looks like so. Come into this zone, then go up like so. So extended now gives us 170 to 175. So this is extended. So if we put this like so, because wave 5 can just be as big as wave 3 or even bigger. Note that the only law with wave 3 is it must not be the shortest. So we have one right here, which is obviously shorter than wave 3. So my idea here is that wave 5 could be as long as 3 or 1 or longer than 3. So we could have something that looks like so, that even extends up to this level right here. But even at this particular scenario right here, you get 125k BTC, so not bad at all. So this is not to say that we must go to this particular zone, but it's the lowest I can see that we can prove anyway. That's the absolute lowest that BTC can take us. Now, I'll be making my macro update video later. I just made this particular video because I know a lot of you will be thinking about where do we actually go eventually, like what's the lowest we can go. So I'll be making my macro update video a bit later after this one. We could come down here, but eventually you have this big move up like so. So that's about it, folks. If we do go down here, just hold on tight. I know it's crazy in the markets, but eventually we get this type of rally like so, and it will be really great being in the marketplace at that time. Now in our next video, we will be updating more on price action itself following the monthly candle close, which we had 2 days ago. Yes, it's 2 days ago, and the weekly candle close which we had yesterday. We'll be delving into those candle closes, both the monthly and the weekly, and we'll also go into the lower time frames as well. And we'll also go on macro, USDT dominance, USD, BTC dominance, total 3 or the altcoin markets, and so on. A lot of you told me that I should try to make videos shorter, so instead of just making one ginormous video, maybe from time to time I could do that, but instead of just making a ginormous video, I should, like, you know, do separate videos for these topics. So if really that's what you want, which is what I just did with this video with regards to how low we can go on Bitcoin, let me know in the comments. But until the next one, folks, stay safe.